Okay, great. Well, thanks for having me. So I'd like to thank Jenny and all TS staff for the opportunity to talk to the parents and students, and I guess meet some fellow teachers. So I'm Dr. Ken from STEM Academy, and we are kind of an online school. We are offering a lot of various high school level courses, and for now our students are mostly high school students, some of them like middle school students, and we teach mostly STEM courses like math, physics, chemistry, biology courses. And we do have a few courses, that's on creative writing and AP English, right? Those are not standard STEM courses, right? But I think that's important, for kids also, right? So myself is a physics teacher, so I mostly teach physics course, and occasionally I teach some chemistry course. And we also have another physics teacher, Dr. Michaels. And our chemistry teacher is Mrs. Victoria, and the biology teacher is Mr. Mark. The math teacher, we have like more math courses, so two teachers, Mr. David and Mr. Yan. And for English, we have Dr. Vidya and Dr. Joe. Right, so all the teachers at STEM Academy are kind of long-time teachers, got 10 years, or at least 5 years teaching experience, and most of us have advanced degree, at least a master degree. Some of us have PhD degree, right? So that's kind of like one thing I'm kind of trying to advocate, right? If you try to sign up your kids, for science courses, STEM courses, right? You don't want to kind of go for college students or new graduate students, right? So look for teachers, with teaching experience, right? Those are, it's important. So today I'm gonna focus mostly on AP courses and mostly physics course, right? So first I want to show you this slide. It give you some idea, how, I guess, hard, AP courses are. And this data is from College Board, the official website. So the score for AP courses are on a scale of 5. 5 is best, 1 is lowest, and 3 means pass. Right? So all the courses shown here are kind of science courses, right? There are other courses, of course. And if you look at the percentage of students, who got a 5, the data is probably from the last few years, but probably not the most recent data, right? So if you look at AP Physics 1, right, so 8%, like 9% students got 5, right? And the AP Biology, like close to 10%, but lower than 10%, right? Chemistry, that's like 10%, a little bit over. Environmental science, 11, 12%, right? So, and it's pretty hard really to get 5. Right? And if you look at AP Physics C, right, the percentage here looks like very high, right? But that doesn't mean really, they are easier. Right? AP Physics C is actually harder than AP Physics 1 and 2. Right? The reason the percentage is high, is you got much smaller pool for students who take the courses. And AP Physics C is actually calculus-based course, right? So you would have to, most students who take AP Physics C would have to take AP Physics 1 and 2 first, and then also AP Calculus, right? So that's kind of like a not really a apple-to-apple comparison. But why is AP courses important, right? Why do students take AP courses? Right? So there's 2 major reasons, right? One is the GPA, that's used to calculate AP courses, right? Those AP courses are essentially introductory level college courses, right? So when you take those courses at high school level, right, so the GPA is not counted on a like scale of 4, right? Instead it's 5. So when you get A, you got 5, right? So this is weighted GPA, right? So sometimes you see some high school students got a 4.8, 4.9 GPA. That means they take a lot of AP courses, right? And when you apply for college, right, the admission officers, they will look at those, and typically the higher the GPA you got, right, the more advantage you got, right? So that's one thing. And the other thing is, for a lot of colleges, universities, so if you score a 3 or more, it kind of depends on the school policy. But if you got a 4 or 5, most schools would be able to actually waive one introductory course for you, right? Either say AP biology, AP chemistry. If you got a 5 or at least a 4, right, you possibly could waive the introductory level course for that, right? So that kind of potentially could save a lot of tuition, right? So that's those kind of introductory level courses at college level typically is 4 credit, right? So that's, could be a few grand, right? Depends on the university, of course, right? But it could be, kind of a money saver, and possibly you could have more advantage getting to a good college, right? So that's kind of the motivation of taking those AP courses, right? So in the next few slides, I'm going to show you, the units to be covered in this AP courses, right? So this slide here is for AP Physics 1 and 2, right? So this corner here, that's 1, and this is 2, right? So for physics is a little bit different, right? You got 4 different AP physics exams, right? That's kind of confusing and possibly intimidating to a lot of students, right? So, but this is the units we're gonna cover for this course. Right? So, and we are following the official syllabus from College Board, right? So whatever we cover, is what's gonna be covered in the test, right? So this is for physics, chemistry. It's a little longer, but you have only 1 chemistry course, right? So 9 units, and there's actually quite a bit overlap between physics and chemistry. Right? And then AP biology, right? So this is also the standard syllabus, right? So we have different teachers covering this AP courses. I will be teaching AP Physics 1 and 2, and also C. And Mrs. Victoria will teach this AP Chemistry, and Mr. Mark will teach this AP Biology course. So there's 4 different courses, right? And the AP Physics 1 and 2, those are algebra based. And the AP Physics C, and mechanics and E&M, those are calculus based, right? So this 2 is a little bit more advanced, right? Typically students take AP Physics 1 in their 10th grade, right? And then AP Physics 2 in 11th grade. Right? It kind of depends on the school, right? Most schools start to offer this AP courses at 10th grade, right? AP Physics courses at 10th grade, right? Some students take it even at 11th grade, right? And then after that, you could take AP Physics C, right, at 11th grade or 12th grade, right? So it would be very hard for one student to take all 4 courses, right? So most students, they end up taking like 1 or 2 of these 4 courses, right? It depends on kind of their interest, right? And then also you got to take AP Chemistry, AP Bio, right? And other science courses, also other AP courses, right? So an AP Physics course is probably one of the hardest courses that high school students can take at high school level, right? So typically 1 year is not really enough to go over all the topics, right? But that's kind of how the school is offering them, right? And some school will offer a regular level physics and honors level physics before offering AP Physics, right? Some schools, they just go directly to AP Physics, right? So most students actually don't have really enough time really to finish learning everything in 1 year. So I'm going to talk about this in a little bit. So there's a lot of problems in the exams, right? So you basically, the time is very tight, right? So a lot of students, they won't be able to finish actually the test, right? So so you kind of want to start taking these courses as early as possible, right? So some of my students, they start taking honors level physics at 7th grade or 8th grade, and start taking AP level course at 9th grade or 10th grade, right? So you could either take it, before, your school offer it, right? Or you could take it while your school offer it, right? So what's happening in most schools, right? So the teachers, school teachers, they won't really be able to teach every subject, every topics, in depth, right, for everybody. And besides, you have a lot of kids in the class, right? So they cannot really pay attention to everybody and won't be able to really answer all the questions, right? So it's easier if you go with a small group lesson, right? So the teacher know everybody, right? Students can ask questions, right? So that way students learn better. Right? So I'm gonna talk a little bit about the format of standard AP exams. And this slide is made, I guess, during the pandemic, and the format of the exams changed a little bit. Right, so now there's like both paper format and digital format, right? So after, I guess, we don't know when yet, right? After the pandemic is done, so okay, sorry, you can see that. So I guess after the pandemic, everything will go back to paper format. And so there's two types of questions, right? One is multiple choice and the other is free response. And for both paper version and the digital version, you would have 50 problems, right? So that's a lot of problems, right? For 1 hour and a half, right? So students have to be really familiar with the topic, familiar with everything to be able to do well, right? So, and then there's free response problem, right? Those kind of longer problems, right? Numerical calculations, and for paper version, you have 5 questions, right? Long questions. And for digital version, it's kind of a combination of both multiple choice and free response problems, right? So again, it's 1 hour and a half, right? And the time is also pretty tight, right? So this is the lecture format. So we typically go over the concept, go over formulas, theoretical derivation, stuff like that at the beginning, and then we practice problems, right? And we go from simple problems to harder problems, and we offer weekly homework, and we will grade the homework every week, right? So just to give feedback, right? So this way, students are expected to learn better, right? With enough practice. So I guess we can skip this slide. In the next few slides, I'll just show some examples that to be covered in this AP Physics courses. And this is motion, and this is 2D motion, projectile motion. And this is centripetal force, centripetal acceleration, and vectors. Right? So everything in this slide is covered in AP Physics 1. Right? So, and then oscillations, spring system, right? Buoyancy. This is actually in AP Physics 2. Right? And also electrostatics, DC circuit, and this is AP Physics 2 also.